What's up everybody, we're back. I've got a really cool interface to show you all, but it's actually a lot more than just an interface. You can expand this unit up to 24 inputs and 20 outputs, and it can run as an independent monitor rig all at the same time, which that will take a little bit more of an explanation. So there's a lot to get into with this. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get into it. This is the MoreU hub from Xvive. It's a 2 input and 2 output USB-C interface. It also has ADAT and MIDI options. And then there's this More port, which I'll talk about later. It's in a full metal enclosure with rubber around the edges so you're not going to scratch anything up. And a really cool physical feature that's kind of hidden. You can take off this badge right here, flip it around and install it on either side, and you have a mic stand clip. So you can save some desktop space and mount this right to a mic stand. As far as the interface side of this goes, it's a pretty standard 2-channel interface. 2 inputs with combo jacks on the front, 2 1/4-inch outputs on the back, 1/4-inch and 1/8-inch headphone out in the front, independent headphone and monitor knobs, connects via USB-C, pretty standard stuff. Now where it gets more unique is how far you can expand this. You can do 8 channels via ADAT right on the back, and you can connect multiple Xvive 2X units to the hub. And we'll talk about what those other units can do in a minute. But when you put all of that together, you can expand this 2-channel hub to up to 24 inputs and 20 outputs, which is pretty awesome. I'll talk more about the expandability in just a minute, but first let's just plug this thing in and see how it sounds. So we have the hub connected to my computer right now. I'm working with Reaper, but you can use anything. Here's what my preferences look like to get this thing connected. Your experience may vary depending on what kind of computer and software you use, and I apologize for the glare on the overhead cameras. Nothing I could do about that. So here's an example of what the preamps sound like with the Sennheiser handheld microphone. I'll grab a couple other mics too so you can hear what they sound like. We're only using 1 input here, but you could have 2, and up to 24 if you're really adventurous. This top knob will navigate you through your channels, so I just have 2 channels right now. But if you had more stuff connected, that's when all of this stuff would become available. Push that button down to select that channel, and then right here, using your other knob, you can adjust how much it is in the mix. You push the button down, you can switch to pan, right and left. We're mono though, we're gonna keep it center. And we switch back. Now we can control the gain, and there's more gain, more gain, more gain, more gain, more gain. Too much gain. Go back. Somewhere around there. So here's how it sounds with the Sennheiser microphone. Let me go grab some other microphones and we'll hear what they sound like. Here's an SM7B I just stole for a minute. It's always nice to know if this type of unit has enough gain to power something like this. This is one of the most popular microphones ever. So let's test it. Gain, gain, gain. Up, 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 up. Plenty of gain. I don't know. Sounds good to me. What do you all think? Let me know in the comments. How much gain do I have? Check, 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 check. 1, 2. There's plenty of gain here to power an SM7B. Let's go back. I think it worked with an SM7B. All right, let me grab something else. Here's a random condenser mic I have. It's an AKG Perception 100. This one needed phantom power. So here's how the preamps sound with a condenser mic. Sounds really good, actually. So I hope that gives you a good idea of what these preamps sound like. Full disclosure before I move on to this next part, I only have the hub right now. So I can't physically show you how this interacts with the 2X units, but we're going to talk about it. So in addition to being an interface, this whole system can work independently as a monitor rig. You can control the monitor mix to all the inputs on the hub and all the 2X units from the hub. So you actually don't need a computer in order to use this unit that way. And that's where all the extra buttons and knobs come in. So in addition to the main monitor mix you can create on the hub, each unit can control the levels of their inputs independently. So if every band member has a unit, they can control the levels of their own inputs in their own ears. And every unit also has a talkback button, and that uses the microphone built into the unit to get into everybody's ears. And every input has its own mix knob and reverb knob. So in your own ears, you can control your independent mix and reverb level. And all of that works through XLR cables in the More port. You can chain a bunch of units together, daisy chaining through all the units to the hub, and you can control all the gain and all the levels on the hub. And again, you can do all of that without a computer right here in the hub. You can also do low cuts on each channel, flip the phase on each channel, and apply phantom power to wherever you need it. Now this unit can be bus powered, but once you connect a certain amount of 2X units, that's going to be too much for bus power, and that's why there's a separate power input on the hub. But real quick, let me show you what the reverb and the talkback sound like. So now we're in monitor mode. I just wanted to show you some of the features here. We are listening directly to the headphone out in mono. It can be stereo, but my setup here is in mono, so we're in mono. You control your own level with the mix knob. I'm in channel 1, and here's the mix. Mix. You want reverb? Add some reverb. Reverb. How wild can we go? There's a lot of reverb there. 1, 2, check 1, 2. Dial it back. Hey, 1, 2. Hey, 3, 4, 1, 2. And if you're on a unit and you don't have a microphone for your input, but you let me turn that reverb off. And you still want to talk to the whole band, that's where this talkback button comes in. The microphone is right here next to it, and here's what that sounds like. Testing the talkback mic now. Talkback, check 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a pretty cool feature. If you had more units, this is where they would show up. As you can see, we only have 2 channels. The more you add, the more these things open up. This blue button here can switch to red, and that determines what's going out of the outputs on the back of the unit. So we're listening to the headphone mix right now. You can have that on your monitor output, or switch it to the live mix. So overall, I think the MoreU hub from Xvive is a really cool piece of equipment. It's very flexible. You can use it as a basic 2-channel USB interface and expand it up to 24 inputs and 20 outputs and use it as a monitor rig, all at the same time. A lot of flexibility to this, a whole bunch of different use cases. However you want to run this thing, you can do. And I think that's all I want to talk about. If you want to learn more about the More You Hub from Xvive, I'll have a link in the description. And if you're curious about anything I use to make videos or music, that is in the description as well. And I think that's all I got. So, thank you all for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.